The comedy we see come from Japan is often quite bizarre. What we mostly get to see is the slapstick, pervy, and loud weirdness. But there are exceptions. For example, I always think fondly on my 8-year-old self, sitting in front of the old TV in the living room, being enthralled with Takeshi's Castle. It taught me that an entertaining game show is made by determined contestants who work hard to reach a monetary goal, all the while overcoming their own boundaries and reaching the top of Takeshi's Castle, and figuratively, the top of their own abilities. It also taught me that watching people slip and break their back on a rock is the peak of comedy. And, as the story naturally goes, if my channel's track record isn't enough of a clue, I kinda got into anime. Worst mistake of my life. After sifting through all the must-watch classics like Bible Black, Berserk Boin, and Kanojo x Kanojo x Kanojo x Extra Dip x Eren Extreme Fanfiction, I started looking for the finer things in the anime medium. I browsed the anime lists, the Mojo top 10s, the Anitube analyses, all in the pursuit of finding a certain revelation. Then I got it. Wait, anime is Japanese, and the Japanese made Takeshi's Castle, and Takeshi's Castle was funny. That must mean anime is funny! Yes! Finally! This is the step to true anime-hood. This will allow me to strip from the shonen tired chrysalis and bloom into the true anime enlightenment that I was always destined for. This will be remembered as the Boston Tea Party, Martin Luther King speeches, as the French Revolution of my anime watching career. Oi, this is proper shit, innit? Don't get me wrong, there are definitely some exceptions, but still, 95% of the time, we only get, hot lady. The comedy seemingly remained in its own self-indulging bubble, keeping true to the same tropes they have been doing since the 90s. This led to me becoming hollow, endlessly spiraling into different comedy anime, only to find the same characters stare at me through the screen. Tropes just adapting themselves to alternate universes, only further deepening the chasm of hopelessness that had dug straight through my heart. When I stared into my soul, the tsunderes stared back at me, questioning the decisions that had led me to this place. The day and night cycle had become irrelevant to me. I had started measuring time in episodes instead of hours. My hygiene and how many times I could spray deodorant on myself until it had become too feeble to contain my musk, instead of the frequency of my showers. My value in the girth of my anime list, instead of the length of my penis. Then there came an ancient Greek time-traveling JoJo stop-motion Clayman and anime was saved. So, what is Olympia Kyklos? Great question. I have no clue. On paper, it's a story about a stop-motion ancient Greek man that has to invent new sports for the ancient Olympic Games, for which he finds inspiration by time-traveling to the 1964 Japanese Summer Olympics. Right, this sounds quite weird, but it's pretty normal for anime standards. I have seen talking toilet paper like a month ago, okay? There isn't much that can surprise me. But that's only the 1000 super zoomed out top-down hawk vision perspective scratching the surface version of the story. The actual story is more of... It's just a literal shitpost. Now, we have finally reached the title. Japan's greatest shitpost. What qualifies my use of the word greatest? Let me give you a quick rundown. The main character is voiced by Jotaro's voice actor, and his best friend is a dolphin. If that's not a JoJo's meme, then I don't know what is. The opening is just... Mwah! Chef's kiss. And the endings make lip-sync Greek statues sing about the ancient Greeks tying up their dicks with ropes and wiping their asses with stones. And this is only the tip of the iceberg. The jokes aren't running at a nice 5-kilometer jog sort of pace. They're sprinting a marathon in an hour. With the frequency of jokes per minute this anime pulls off. There isn't a second where I wasn't entertained. An episode I felt wasted. A joke that felt too weird. All there is comedy just coming on my face every 5 seconds. Now, I can certainly agree. This isn't the type of humor that fits everyone. but it's a far cry from either the slapstick, big titty anime girl ha-has or the actual good Japanese comedy. But there's too much of a cultural barrier to understand. This anime just feels like a bunch of Japanese weirdos who grew up on the internet getting to make something that they themselves find funny. The whole anime feels like one gigantic inside joke, just spun out of proportion, all dressed up in the greatest Pengu art style since Pengu. Now, stop motion in anime is already like trying to find the city of El Dorado, but stop motion of this quality is more like trying to skip a rock from Earth and make it land on Alpha fucking Centauri. I can't imagine the dedication of these men to spend hundreds of hours claymating 24 episodes of animation, only for the end result to be a time-traveling Greek JoJo's character being a soy boy. It's apparent that the director, Hayao Miyazaki, didn't make an anime for the sake of making an anime. He made an anime to portray art. Not only the art of stop motion, but also the art of masterfully blending 2D and 3D animation. Greatness unseen since the work grind at his X-Arm like a month ago. Something that also intrigues me is the anime's historical accuracy. Yes, you heard that right. This anime is historically accurate. Well, besides the time-traveling dimension-shifting Greek man. For example, do you remember the shitting stones, and the dick statues, and the ancient chastity cages? Yes, those are all actually true. This man had to sit down one day and say to himself, today, I am gonna spend a day researching how the Greeks wiped their ass and how they wore chastity cages to prestigious events. And I totally respect this huge dick energy. So, let me get this straight. Not only are you laughing your ass off at the shitty comedy, appreciating the animation efforts, you're also learning about the deepest parts of ancient Greek culture. Do you hear that, education system? Do you want to make students care about history? Make it into homoerotic dick and poop jokes, and the curriculum will become perfect. Now, I realized I memed on the quality of the story quite a bit, but there is an actual heart and meaning to all the tomfoolery happening in every episode, and I can't leave without mentioning it. At the heart of this series, there is a peace-loving man, declining the traditions and cruel mannerisms of society, instead living by his heart and solving his everyday troubles with the help of it. Demetrius is perceived by society as weak, cowardly, and not Greek-like. But, in the end, he was the Greekest of them all. Not because of his honor in battle, or because of his wealth, but because of the purity of his heart and the valor of his heroism. There isn't a man more fit for the title than him. The title of the Greek JoJo. Olympia Kyklos Anime of the Year. Also forgot to mention its short form, at only 5 minutes per episode, so the whole anime is only about 2 hours long. So, watch it, you uncultured punk. Hey, we reached the most important part of the video, the very cool outro segment. Anyways, I want to thank you all for the huge reception to my previous videos. No, seriously, every view makes my day, and I'm super grateful for every one of you, especially you, who made it to the end of the video. I'm not planning on stopping anytime soon, so if you want to be remembered as one of the first subs of a large YouTube channel, your hands are free to act. No, I'm not cocky, just passionate. Anyway, check out my previous videos if you want content that is absolutely nothing like this one, as I have made 3 videos and my own style is drastically different from one to the other. And yeah, have a great rest of your day. Goodbye!